Do masks prevent illness? Do masks prevent illness? Depending on the mask, yes and no. That's helpful, right? Well, allow me to just explain. Most masks that you can buy don't have adequate filtration to stop viruses and bacteria and other illness-causing things getting in. Most of the masks that I've come across use a PM2.5 filter. I discussed this in my last video with the wear test, I'll link that up there. Studies have shown that wearing a mask is actually more likely to prevent you from passing on diseases to other people. That's why in places like Japan, they wear courtesy masks. So when they have an illness, they wear a mask and they don't pass their diseases on to other people as easily. And the study's shown that wearing surgical masks decreased the exhaling of viral droplets. But they still got exhaled, and while it decreased, it didn't completely prevent. So you could still exhale viral droplets, and the same going in. You can still inhale viral droplets through a mask, you are just less likely to. Better filtration equals better protection against viruses, but it is not complete protection. So you are decreasing, but not completely preventing it. So you can still contract a virus wearing a mask. It's just less likely. But it will never be perfect, complete protection because there are many ways that you can contract an illness. With that being said, wearing a mask does help with those as well. Wearing a mask, you aren't touching your face and your mouth or biting nails as much. So you're not touching something that's contaminated and then carrying that virus on your hands and into your mouth. So when you're eating, whether you're just, I don't know, whether you just chew on your nails or you have like a hair in your mouth and you're pulling it out, there's many reasons why you might touch your face with not clean hands. It happens, we are human. When you're wearing a mask, that doesn't happen so much because your face is covered. I've done it so many times where I've tried to take a swig of drink and brain fog has not helped me out, and I've just tried to drink it through the mask. This, in conjunction with frequent hand washing, will help prevent viruses getting into your body. And when you wear a mask, you're also not putting other things in your mouth, like pen lids, or bus tickets, or keys, or money, which could have viruses on them. It does sound a bit gross and weird when you say it like that. Why would you put pens and stuff in your mouth? But just hear me out on this one. How many times have your hands been full and you just put something in your mouth, like you've taken your bus ticket out of your wallet and you're like, oh, I need both of my hands to shut this. You hold it in your mouth. That could have any number of viruses or disease-causing bacteria on it, and you just do it without thinking. With a mask, there is a barrier, so you're not doing that. Or if you're food shopping and you're at the tills and you're given a receipt and you've got your money in your hand, so you just hold the receipt in your teeth. And that cashier could have a cold, they could have, wiped their face like that. Tiny little things that can easily pass on viruses or disease-causing bacteria or even fungi, you just don't think about. So they've touched their face, they've got the virus on their hands, they give you the receipt and you put it straight in your mouth. Sometimes, people do that, it happens, I do that. And keys. So when you get home and you've got your hands full, you've got bags, you've got shopping, you root through your bag, you pull out your keys, and then you realise you've got to put everything back together because it won't make it through the door without making a huge mess. And you just hold them in your mouth while you do the zip up. I once dropped my keys in something a bit gross. Didn't put them in my mouth, don't worry. But I did have to clean my keys, so I put them in a glass of water with some cleaning stuff in it, and I just let it sit for a while. I think it was about an hour, and I came back and the water was black. Keys are so dirty because they go in locks, they are handled a lot, they get dropped, they go on the floor, or you come in, you just throw them on the sofa. They are so gross. And when you have your mask on, you're not putting your keys in your mouth, or you're not touching your keys and touching your mouth. Things like that. And if you use your teeth to open stuff, like there's a package you can't quite do and you just bite it, think of how many people will have touched that package or they've dropped it, or it's gone through your letterbox and it's ended up on your floor, the first place where your outside shoes touch when you go in your house, and then you're going to put that in your mouth. It's a bit gross. So with a mask on, you are much less likely to do that, or to even touch that package and then touch your mouth. And in my experience, when I'm wearing a mask, people seem to assume that I'm contagious or I'm dangerous or I don't really know what, but they keep their distance, which means sick people are keeping their distance from me and they're not sneezing in my personal bubble. So that is also less likely to give me diseases. So you've got the added barrier of the mask, you've got the added distance and the not touching your face. That is going to naturally decrease your chances of catching an illness. So in conclusion, masks are not guaranteed to provide perfect protection against contagious diseases, but they can definitely decrease your exposure regardless of their filtration. It is very important that if you are wearing a mask to protect yourself because you have a compromised immune system, that you opt for the best filtration that you can afford, or that is available to you. I've heard great things about Cambridge masks, but I have never tried them. It's also very important that in conjunction with the mask you follow all sorts of good hygiene practices. Your doctor is in a better position to tell you about this than I am, but things like good hand washing, not eating from delis, having, you know, good food hygiene practices as well, so keeping hot food hot and cold food cold, all of that stuff. Masks are a very good way to decrease the chances of you getting sick, but they are not perfect, and you definitely have to work with them rather than just assume that the mask is going to completely protect you. Don't forget to like this video as always, drop in a comment, ask me any questions you may have about masks, tell me about your experiences with them. What mask do you use? Subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you get notified every time I post. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM with one bonus video a month, and maybe the occasional series. Who knows? See ya!